Welcome to the Fully Engaged Fitness Podcast, where you'll be hearing from the top fitness experts from the engaged personal training community of businesses. These include client interviews and success stories, insights and tips from our top fitness experts, and the unique approach that we bring to our clients that have helped transform thousands of lives over the last 10 years in business. Don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast so that you can be the first one in the know. Now let's get into this episode. Hey guys, Devin Gage here. Welcome to the Fully Engaged Podcast, meet and greet with all of your hosts. So I'm going to introduce you guys to everybody involved in the Fully Engaged Podcast series in all the different episode categories in all the different businesses. And let's dive in. So the first person you're going to hear from is Jeff Schumacher. Jeff was my very first employee at Gage Strength Training. He's been in the company for going on 10 years now, and he's grown from a trainer fresh out of college, and he's grown into having this amazing career to growing into becoming known as one of the top general managers in the entire United States in the fitness industry. The leadership ability and commitment that he's had for growing a successful organization has been recognized all over, and he's getting invited to speak all over the country. So a really unbelievable resource. And not only at Gage Strength Training has he become the general manager, he's also the chief operating officer for Engage Personal Training, and the guy that gets things done on the Engage Personal Training side. So when you see our Engage Personal Training business grow and hit milestones and run efficiently, so much of that is because of Jeff Schumacher's steady hand on the leadership and operations side. And the other thing that you're going to learn about Jeff is that he is just an incredible technician and obsessed with continuing education and learning. And that's why Jeff is the host for all of our expert interview episodes, where every episode he will be interviewing an expert locally or nationally about health, fitness, nutrition, everything that our listeners might need to reach optimal success. So without further ado, let me introduce Jeff Schumacher.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Schumacher. I'm the co-founder of Engage Personal Training. My role within Engage is to create the experience. Create the experience from the point where you walk into the door, the layout of the facility, the workouts that you're doing, the equipment that you're using, and the people that are training you. And my goal and my responsibility is to make Engage Personal Training the best small group training experience available. I've been helping adults reach their fitness goals for over a decade. I've coached thousands of members looking to lose weight, get stronger, move better, get out of pain, or just feel younger. And the podcast that I'm going to be hosting are going to be sharing my experiences, but also interviewing experts in the field. Interviewing experts in the field of fitness, nutrition, mindset, habit formation. Trying to collect as much information and as many tools as possible to allow you to easily put them into action and accomplish your goals, whatever they may be, from getting stronger to losing weight to feeling younger. I'm super excited for you all to learn from experts in the field and to get tools that you can apply tomorrow into your health and fitness journey. So thank you for listening to these episodes, and thank you for being part of Engage Personal Training family.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Listen, obviously these are recordings that were submitted. It's difficult to get all of us together in one room, but let's keep moving along. So up next, we have Coach Nick Averona from Gage Strength Training, our Westchester location, our original location. Coach Nick is the head trainer at GST. He has really been instrumental to helping us grow from, not having a lot of structure, not having a lot of identity as a training program, to helping systemize everything that we do and grow into one of the bigger training facilities on the East Coast, if not the United States. He has been really instrumental at driving the culture, getting commitment from our members, and just being the face of the training program. So without further ado, I will introduce Nick Averona.
What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Nick from our Gage location out here in Westchester, PA. Guys, I just wanted to give you a brief background on kind of my history and how I got involved in strength training and coaching people. It's kind of been something that's been a lifelong passion for me. I grew up around here in the Westchester area where I went to Malvern Prep. I played ice hockey and lacrosse at Malvern, where I kind of really started to develop my love of fitness. I was fortunate enough to spend some time in some high-end training facilities that was run by one of my coaches when I was younger, and that's where I really kind of fell in love with working out, with fitness, and kind of focusing on my health. And overall, just as an athlete, it was something that I knew was going to really benefit me moving forward in my career. So I went from Malvern. I actually ended up in boarding school for a couple of years playing ice hockey, and followed that up with playing Division III ice hockey in college at Lebanon Valley College, which was an awesome experience and kind of just furthered my love of fitness and taking care of my body. Spent a lot of time doing that throughout that athletic career. After college, I kind of stepped away a little bit and traveled and enjoyed my 20s. I spent some time in Los Angeles, spent some time living and working in Australia for a few years, and then came back and actually delved into the medical sales world for a little bit. So I still got to use my love of anatomy and physiology in that way, but ultimately decided that I wanted to do something I was a little bit more passionate about. So I went back to coaching in my late 20s. I went out, I got my personal training certification, and I really just started reinvesting in my education. I kind of looked around to see what was out there, and somewhere along the lines there, I had a pretty big knee surgery, one that really set me back and kind of changed my perspective on things and made me realize how important it was, my health, how important being able to take care of myself and really focus on my fitness, and then really kind of dig into the different types of modalities that were out there. So I really started looking into kettlebell training. I kind of found a tool called the Steel Mace, which if you guys have, seen any of, some of my posts or content, that's something that I really love, as well as kind of ground-based movement, which were all things that were a little bit different from the typical kind of strength training, lifting, and athletic performance background that I had. Around that time is when I started to look more into kind of coaching and taking care of other people. So I got my personal training certification, as I mentioned, and then kind of jumped into these other systems. So as I began looking to expand my coaching, I was fortunate enough to find the guys over at Gage. And I've been with Gage now for the past almost 5 years. Got to really kind of grow into the coaching in person there, where, we really expand upon the elements of coaching and overall wellness, kind of that long-term comprehensive approach, which I absolutely fell in love with. And as I got to grow as a part of the team at Gage, I was able to, put various influences on the training and just really grow with the team, with Devin and Jeff and some of the other fantastic trainers that we've had over the years. So as we've continued to grow, I've continued to try to push my education a little bit. It's something that I'm kind of trying to always work on. I feel, as a team at Gage, we're all constantly trying to push the envelope and really try to learn a little bit more as we go. So now I continue to try to focus on the functional health approach for our clients. I still absolutely love using Steel Mace as we use in some of our programming. And now, the enjoyment I get out of training general population and people that just are trying to get through their everyday lives and get themselves to feeling better and focusing on long-term health is something that's been incredibly gratifying for me. So it's been an absolute blast working at Gage. If I haven't had a chance to work with you guys yet, I hope I get a chance to meet you in the near future. And if you guys ever want to reach out, ask me questions, or if you have anything you'd like to talk about, please feel free to give me a shout. On Instagram is where I usually will reach out to you guys. That's Coach Nick Av, Nickav, for my last name, Averona. I appreciate you guys listening, and I look forward to hopefully meeting some of you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, Coach Nick. If you've been at Gage, you definitely recognize Nick's voice and some of his key catchphrases. And now let's dive into the Engage personal training universe. Up first, we have our Malvern facility leader, Katie Boyle. She was the trainer that started the Engage personal training brand, essentially. When Jeff and I decided to launch this other venture based on the success of Gage Strength Training, we knew we just needed to find the right person to sit behind the wheel. And after months and months of interviewing and trying to uncover the perfect person for this position, we found Katie Boyle, who just blew us away. Her ability to coach, communicate, her technical ability was awesome. And it gave us all the confidence in the world to launch Engage Personal Training with our first studio in Malvern. And we have not been disappointed. Katie has not only grown her community to basically max capacity in less than a year, which is an unbelievable feat. She has built trust. She's built amazing relationships. And she's really just been a key member of the Malvern community, which is what this business is all about. One thing that you'll learn about Engage Personal Training is it is much more than just a place people go to work out. Our key focus is in developing a fitness community that people love being in, trust each other, and just have an overall support system. And that's what makes Gage Strength Training and Engage Personal Training so special, is that we have cracked the code on community, and Katie has done so in Malvern as well. So welcome, Katie Boyle.
What's going on, guys? My name is Katie Boyle, and I'm the facility leader over at Engage Malvern. I'm super excited to be on these podcast episodes and share some information with you all. A little bit about me: I went to the University of Delaware, where I studied health behavior sciences as well as strength and conditioning. I worked there as a strength and conditioning coach, as well as at Arizona State University and Temple University. Since college, I have found a true passion in working with the general population and helping people get started with their fitness journey and continue to just make these life-changing transitions through health and wellness.
All right. Thank you, Katie. And now moving into our first out-of-state location in North Wilmington, aka Greenville, Delaware. Last but definitely not least, Calvin Green, facility leader at Engage Greenville. Calvin has been working in my companies for just about 5 years now. He interned with us after college, where he graduated from West Chester University with a bachelor's degree in exercise science, and just a phenomenal coach. He has grown so much in his education, in his skill set, and we're just really, really proud of what he's doing over there in Greenville. It's a big transition to go from his first real job out of college after studying for 4 years in exercise science to taking on the role at Gage, and now running his own studio. And he's just been able to grow an amazing community and embodies everything that we love and believe in with the Engage Personal Training brand. So I am happy and proud to announce Calvin Green with Engage Greenville.
Hey everyone, my name is Calvin Green, and I am the facility manager at Engage Personal Training Greenville, Delaware. I am everything that makes Engage Personal Training run. So down here in Greenville, I do social media, I run sessions, small groups, one-on-ones, nutrition consultations, and everything far between, basically just to help our clients get the best results that they can. And that's pretty much who I am right down here at Engage. And for my experience, so I have worked at Gage Strength Training for about 5 years. And then just recently we opened up our Engage Personal Training Studio in November of 2022. And I was working at Gage Strength Training for about 5 years and did an internship there through West Chester University. So at West Chester, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in exercise science and exercise specialist. So from there, I did my internship at Gage, and then basically got hired from Devin Gage, and the rest is history. So through my time at Gage Strength Training, I worked with small group adult clients, one-on-one training for adults and athletes, as well as I eventually worked my way up to the athlete performance director at Gage Strength Training. And I was there from pretty much 2019 to about 2022 before I opened up Engage Personal Training in Greenville. A little thing about me is, so I worked with athletes, mainly writing their performance training programs. A lot of the Penn Fusion training sessions that we had run in the winter was most of what I specialized in, and then as well as a lot of other basketball, volleyball, baseball, other programs that we had run at Gage Strength Training. But other than that, just specializing in performance training as well as bodybuilding-esque training, and then full body functional training as well for our small group, large group, and athlete coaching sessions. So for our podcasts, you will find me in our nutritional coaching. So this will be 5 tips that I wish I learned before getting into exercise and working out. I'll also be interviewing some of the members that I have down here at Engage Personal Training in Greenville. And so I'm super excited to present to you guys some information on some nutrition, but also have you hear some a little insight from our members here at Engage. Only being open so long, it's really neat to hear some of the information and some of the things that these members have gained. They've accomplished so many of their goals down here, but also just really emotional conversations, really cool stuff. Anything else you should know about me? Really just I try to bring everything up front and be as comfortable, casual, and straightforward with everything. So I want to share things about me personally in this nutritional podcast. Later on you'll hear about. But I'm really excited to share with you guys what I wish I knew getting into the training atmosphere and getting into working out. And I hope that some of these things can help you out along your health and fitness journey. But other than that, that's a little bit about me. So I look forward to you guys hearing about my podcasts.
Thank you, Calvin Green. Keep crushing it over there in Greenville. That sums up the introduction of our host for the Fully Engaged podcast. Now we can continue into the meat of the episodes. We will be rolling out episodes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays over the next couple of weeks. We have about 25 episodes that you can expect in season 1 of the Fully Engaged Fitness podcast. I'm so excited to introduce these episodes, which include the Engage Way, which is everything that we believe makes us unique and special, and the best training studio in the United States for people over 40 that want to lose body fat and improve their health. You're going to hear expert interviews with Jeff Schumacher, where he is interviewing health, fitness, and nutrition experts from around the country to deliver what you need to optimize your health. You're going to hear from the Engage Universe Masterclass series, where our facility leaders are going to deliver incredibly powerful tips and tricks to get in the best shape that you can, and what they've seen from the trenches of working with thousands and thousands of clients over the years. And finally, you're going to be hearing from actual Engage Personal Training, Engage Strength Training clients, some members of our community that have had the courage to step up and share their stories and share what has made them so successful with the rest of the world. These are the ones that you don't want to miss, because these are people that are doing it right now and achieving success. And for us, success is in your own terms, which means it's not always fat loss. It's not always strength. You'll hear incredibly unique and individual stories from all of our clients, from all of our studios, that I'm really proud to share with the world. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in future episodes.